What's good? I am Matty Ice, your favorite low budget video producer, comedian, sports enthusiast, and just overall human being. These are my top 7 celebrity encounters. So I have, like, okay, number one, in America, there's like a weird thing with celebrities. I'm totally aware of that. I personally care less about celebrities than probably most people. Weirdly enough, I've had probably more celebrity interactions with most people. So basically, I don't care about celebrities. I don't think they're better than anybody, me, you, anybody. They're just people that happen to be famous. I don't even want to be famous. I would never want to be famous. I don't want to be known. I've already got my credit card stolen twice and I'm not even famous. I can only imagine how annoying it would be if everyone knew all my information. But anyways, these are my top 7 celebrity encounters. These are pretty interesting overall. And yeah, let's just go through these, and the last one you'll see. But yeah, we'll start off with these two. So this is Nelly and Mike Conley, right? Mike Conley from the Utah Jazz, NBA, and Nelly, the rapper. These are both my cousins. So yeah, I'm actually like kind of like almost in between. One's on my mother's side and one's on my father's side. Nelly being my father's, Mike Conley on my mother's. I might have met. What's funny is I've never met either one of these, but I've kind of met them, right? Nelly, I've never met him, but I've talked to his dad many different times. Music runs in my family. If you don't know, I do Slime Green Beats, which it's like I do like music production tutorials, and I also just actually make music. So music like runs in my family. Like my dad was in drum major. My brother won a national championship for in his marching band, and then I do my music thing. Nelly's family's the same way. Like Nelly's dad, I've talked to his dad. I've talked to his dad a lot about music. He looks almost nothing like his dad, but I've talked to Cornell many different times, and yeah, like they're definitely my cousins. But it just is what it is. I'm not like, again, I'm never like, oh, gotta meet Nelly. Like, it is what it is. But like he's kind of doing his own thing. But and then Mike, I think I might have met Mike when he was younger, at like some type of family function. I don't really remember because A, he's not that much older than me. B, I might have not known he played basketball because he's only like 6'1", so he's not particularly tall. I'm 6 feet, so yeah. But he's on my family too. I've never met, and like I said, I've never met either one of these guys, but we're related, which is something. Okay, now to the people that aren't related to me. Starting with T.I. So I live in Atlanta, and I think if you've lived in Atlanta enough, you've probably seen T.I. at some point in time. I've seen T.I. twice in 2 different locations. One was at a gas station randomly. I was like, oh my God, it's T.I. He was in like a truck getting gas. I was like, oh, it's T.I. And then another time, what he does is sometimes, I don't know if he does this every Christmas, but he'll buy like Christmas gifts for like all the kids, all the people that for some reason can't buy their own kids Christmas gifts. He buys all of them Christmas gifts, which is totally understandable for like the single mothers out there. But for my fathers, like, y'all need to step it up. I mean, I was not rich at the time either. Still am not. But I mean, have some respect. Don't have some other grown man buy your kids Christmas presents. I just feel like that's like so weird. But he was there. And like the line was super long. That's probably another reason I didn't want to have him buy my son something. But anyways, good for T.I. for doing that. I'm not shaming him for that. I mean, that's a great thing to do. Actually give back to community. So T.I. is real, real powerful person. When like he took over Walmart basically. Like that's not something I could do, and most of us can do. So he's definitely a special person. But that was my experience with T.I. But yeah. Dwight Howard. So back when I was a mascot, I did a commercial with Dwight Howard. So I interacted with him for quite a bit. Granted, he did not see my face because I was in a suit. But yeah, I interacted with Dwight Howard for a little bit. And yeah, he's pretty tall. Tall, goofy, kind of acts exactly like what you think he acts like. Yeah, seemed pretty nice, I guess. I don't know, like, so something's with the guy. I don't want to say anything negative because I don't want to go down that route because I really don't know him personally. But it just kind of felt like, I don't know. He has like a. I kind of see why Kobe doesn't like the guy. It's kind of seemed like his personality was kind of fake to me. But that was just my feedback. I don't know. It just seemed like he was he was trying like way too hard to be like friendly and like, hey, like, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know if that's why Kobe doesn't like him, but like, I don't know. It's just like, I just know nobody really acts like that. That's why I was like, okay, I get that you're happy, but I'm happy, but like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I can't quite explain that experience. But yeah, this is when he played for the Hawks. The 1 year he played for the Hawks is when I met him. That's why I have him in the Hawks shirt here. All right, G-Eazy. So G-Eazy, yeah, I saw him at a club once, and I think this is Halsey. I think he was with Halsey, but I did not recognize Halsey at the time. I still wouldn't recognize Halsey. She kind of just looks like some girl that went to my high school. I don't know, for whatever reason, her face just doesn't like look different from anybody's. I don't know what it is. She has a very standard face. But I saw G-Eazy, tall dude. He was with the another person who was on this list that I haven't mentioned yet. But I saw him in the club looking cool. DJ shouted him out. He was there. I was like right next to him. Yeah, he's definitely a person. Yeah, all celebs. One thing I learned from that night is celebrities all hang out with each other. They're like in one clique. So, like all of them. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, saw G-Eazy at, the club is called, I almost don't even want to give the club a shout out because I personally had very bad experiences at the same club. I think something is wrong with this club. It's like seriously wrong with this club. I've had horrible experiences at this club. I'm not gonna mention the name just because I've already flamed it and ousted it like that. But man, this club I feel like has some serious demon energy. I remember when I left, I looked at my receipt and I had like 2-3 receipts and they all said 666 as the exact number of what I got. It was like 666, 666, bro. Can't make it up. Something is seriously wrong with the place. I had problems with the people coming in. I had problems with the bouncer was like super mean. I was like, whoa! It like caught me off guard how rude he was. I was like, oh, what? I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I've just had so many bad experiences at that club, and it's in Buckhead, Georgia. But yeah, I just sorry to go on like a super rift about that club, but that club is also where I've seen most celebrities, and that club is weird. Scarlett Johansson now. Oh boy. Now Scarlett, I used to do movies, not like on the level of Scarlett Johansson's, but maybe even higher. No, I used to be an extra. I still would do extra work. I was just doing it for fun. There's a lot of like, I can't tell the fine details about this in this video, and I apologize for that, but it's really just to like keep me from getting in trouble. Like, I can't tell what movie it was in because I think I signed some type of an NDA, but like, she was I mean, it's a superhero type movie. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious, but she is so unbelievably good looking. Like, at least at that point in time, I've never seen somebody that looked that, like a girl that looked that good facially. It was just unreal, and just the whole everything. She was just super in shape. The way she was for the movie was just absolutely next level. And what was crazy was her stunt double would be doing like the stunts literally all day. Like, she would be doing flips, tricks, whatever, from like 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m., right? And then Scarlett would come out for like 30 minutes, do her part and leave. Unreal. She's like, that was like my first time acting in any acting thing where I felt like I really ran into like a superstar. I was like, whoa. And this is like when she was prime too. Like, she was like on top. She had like an aura. Just, man, I'd never seen somebody that looked that good. It was just ridiculous. It was like unbelievable. And then there's Bieber. So I met Bieber again at the same club I met G-Eazy. Bieber was by himself, and nobody believes that I saw Bieber. Bieber's the one celebrity that I bring up that no one believes that I really saw. Like, no one believes that I ran into Bieber. Like, bro, I literally, like, Bieber, I was going back into the club. Bieber was just like walk right past me. And dude was like totally by himself. Dude had an aura. And it was crazy because, man, the whole club that night was like a whole different story. But like, he literally walked past me. I was like, Bieber? And it was like, how do you know it's Bieber? I was like, bro, I know what his face looks like. I actually like Bieber's music. I was actually like a big fan of some of his earlier albums, believe it or not. I always surprise people with my musical taste. But yeah, like, I've been a big fan of Bieber. I like techno. So like, I like Bieber's music. But yeah, I saw Bieber. Dude has an aura, man. Just like confident, dude. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, it's like if you could maximize your confidence, that's what it would be like. It was like he just was on his own. Like, I don't even think a normal human can even like get there, dude. Like, it's like you have to have something that just is unreal completely shaping your mind, dude. There's just no way anyone could just have that type of like just energy. It was like it was unreal. Now I don't know what else he has going on, but he seemed very happy and it was like 3 a.m. He was just on it. I was like, whoa, Biebs. But Biebs seems like a cool guy, but he definitely seems famous. Like, he's gotta be the first person I met that was famous that I was just like, this guy's clearly famous. Like, it's just like something about the way he just moves and conducts himself. But yeah, I met Biebs. Biebs was there, and Biebs was so famous the DJ didn't shout him out because he's so famous. Like, that's how famous Bieber is. Like, the DJ shouted out G-Eazy, but he wouldn't shout out Bieber because Bieber's too famous to get shouted out. That's how famous Bieber is. Like, Bieber at that time too was like super famous. He still is like super famous, but that time he was like super famous. And I swear he was wearing like the same outfit. I swear I seen him wearing a music video too. I was like, I swear I seen him wear that outfit. And it was like, and it was weird because like, I think when you don't fanboy, I almost feel like you have better celebrity experiences because I was just like, if I'm not going to talk to you randomly, I'm not going to talk to you randomly. Like, as in, if I wouldn't talk to you if you weren't famous, I'm not going to talk to you if you are famous. You know what I'm saying? So, like, no, I didn't say anything to him because he's some random dude walking by. I was like, oh, freaking Bieber, bro. But yeah, I definitely saw Bieber. Like, oh my gosh, he's real. And he lives in Atlanta. So, like, if you really try to meet celebrities, go to Buckhead, Atlanta, and start perusing. But yeah. Zion Williamson. So this is one of my favorites. Zion. Kind of an unexpected one of this, right? I met him, and this is him in high school. So I have him in his high school outfit. I actually met him in high school. And it was at the high school All-American ceremony. So I told you I used to be a mascot, so I was at the ceremony. And Zion I always say to this day, Zion is the biggest human I've ever met. Unreal. Like, I don't think TV doesn't do justice. I don't think nothing can do his physical size justice unless you see him in person. Like, there's just no way to explain it. It is like, he is like literally the size of like a refrigerator. Maybe bigger. But dude is just so big. So like when I see him dunk, it's unbelievable because he's just so big. I don't know how a human could ever come out like that. Out of all the people I've ever seen, he has the most unique physical specimen I've ever seen. Like, no, not even close. No one else even comes in my mind. This guy, and this was in high school. I can only imagine how he is now that he's grown a bit. But like I said, this was in high school. He was absolutely massive. And I remember I was there. We were just kind of like interacting. We were interacting with a lot of people. I think other people were there. I think John Morant was there. I think other people were there too that I didn't recognize. But Zion was very easy to recognize because Zion was huge. Like, I was like, well, that's clearly Zion. Great guy. I'm not surprised he's had the success he's had. He's had injury problems, but he really seemed like one of the most well-mannered people there. And I was like, he's going to be successful just because I could just tell he wasn't about like you know how kids are. They be all social media up and yada yada. He was just seemed like he was just having a good time. Like he just seemed very well mannered. Like he's comes from like a military family, and my family is military too. So I totally get that. Like he's just like a bit well behaved individual. That's how I would describe Zion. So that's probably why you've never heard Zion having like real like off the field issues other than like, you know, his weight and his eating things. But that's why you don't really hear much about his off the field. He seemed like a very well behaved person. So yeah, kudos to Zion. And I think this is last Jack Harlow. No, this might be second to last. I can't remember, but Jack Harlow, yeah. So my experience with Jack Harlow was this. Like, I was one of the earlier. I hate saying this, but I was like one of the earlier, I guess, fans. I don't know, if fans is the right word. I was just like a fan of the music, you know. Not necessarily him as a person, but like, I mean, he seems like a cool guy, but you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not like a fanboy type of a human. But like, yeah, I liked his music, and I was one of the earlier likers of his music. Like, and it doesn't seem that early, but like, I was playing his stuff when he had like 40K, 50K subs on YouTube, right? Like, I was telling people about him too. I was like, yo, y'all gotta check out this Jack Harlow. He reminded me of Mac Miller a little bit, and I was a big Mac Miller fan. I was like, he kind of reminds me of Mac Miller. He's hard. Like, I still love his earlier stuff more than his new stuff, even now. But like his early stuff was banging. I don't know if you ain't heard Jack Harlow's early stuff. A lot of people like his earlier stuff more. And I don't blame him for. I don't believe in the whole going mainstream. It's business, bro. Like, I hate people that are like, oh, wow, he sold out and went, man. It's like, bro, you got to make money, dude. Like, why else are you doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool and all to, like, dude, no one wants to do a concert for free and yada, yada, yada. So he had to switch his style up a little bit, worked with different producers that make certain types of beats, da, 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 da. But, yeah, anyways, I saw him at the same club I saw G-Eazy, the same club I saw Bieber, same club. And... yeah, Jack, I was with these two girls, and one of them was like a super good dancer, right? She was killing it. She's unreal at dancing. Like, her dancing is like unbelievable. That's why I'm always like, bro, there's like unbelievable people that aren't even celebrities all around us right now. But like, her dancing was just like unreal. I love watching her dance, but like, Jack loved it too. Jack was just watching like the whole time. Jack was like, and I was like, dude, it's Jack Harlow. And then it was like, well, we were cool too at the club. So it was like, we were like, but like Jack was cool. Jack seemed to me like the most normal celebrity out of that group. But I think it's because he wasn't a full celebrity yet. He was just coming up when that happened. And he was with G-Eazy. G-Eazy seemed like he was like mentoring him. But yeah, Jack, and man, he was around some questionable folks that were like really protective and whatnot, and that was weird. And there's a lot of weird things about that club, but Jack seemed like a good dude. I don't have any qualms with Jack. He seemed like the most normal. He's kind of a bigger dude too. Like, Jack in person, he kind of a big dude. He like 6'2", like bulky. He kind of a big dude. Like, he looked like he played football. But yeah, he was chilling. Jack's a cool guy. Jack gave me cool guy vibes. I legitimately think he's a cool guy. And the last celebrity I cannot even talk about. That's how deep it is for me, because this encounter was obviously the celebrities I just mentioned. Not a whole lot of words were exchanged, right? It was more like just in the same area, like kind of interacting. Kind of had some interactions with Zion. I can't really remember. But it wasn't like super major, maybe like a high five or some crap. But like, actually, I think one of the other mascots I was with, I like bit him on the head or some crap. But anyways, it was like a okay. So I think I can't really. Actually, I don't know. No, I don't think he did bite him on the head. Now that I think about it, no, he didn't. Because I remember I asked him to, and he didn't. So Zion, yeah. But like most of these celebrities, no actual conversations with, right? This last celebrity who I can't mention, I did have like an in-depth conversation with. And this person, I think socially, is the most unbelievable person I've ever met. And if you really know me, you know who this is. But if you don't know me, you don't know who this is. But if you really know me, you know who this is. If you really know me, you know who I'm talking about. But this person is like the Godfather. Like, that's the best way I could describe him. He's like the Godfather of Atlanta. Like, and his coolest, nicest guy. We clicked too. That was the cool part. It was like we clicked because we were talking business, and I know business. So we clicked, but like, he's an older guy, you know, but super nice, super funny, unbelievable with women. Like, I've never seen anything like it. The way he was with just socially in general. It was like he was speaking a different language. It was just unreal. It was just absolutely unbelievable. And still to this day, he pushes me based on that experience. So based on that short experience, like, I'm more motivated to be better because I know how far a human can go. I didn't even know what he was doing. I didn't even know it was possible. I was like, wow. And I've never seen anything like it before or since. But it was like the way he talked to people, it was just unbelievable. Especially women. It was just like, wow. Dude, they would just be giggling like the whole time. And I swear, after talking, like, I had to talk to the same girls after he talked to them. I was like, well, hey, girls. I was like, bro, you could not follow that up. It was just like, I was like, bro, what? Like, that guy is unbelievably cool. Like, wow. Like I said, this last guy, who I can't mention his name, is just unbelievable. Like, superhuman. Just sensational. Like, I can't say anything more. So that's it for this video, guys. I know a lot of these, I'm sure you're like, well, you didn't even say anything to like most of these people. Or you haven't, well, whatever, dude. But I'm just not a fanboy, dude. I don't even know what I would say. Well, hey, T.I., how's it going? Hey, Dwight. I mean, these are just regular people. Like I said, but yeah, these are my top 7 celebrity encounters. And overall, I would say most of them seem totally normal, with the exception of Bieber and obviously Zion, but temperament normal. Most temperament mentally, I felt like were totally normal, except for Bieber and the last guy I was talking about. Everyone else seemed like totally normal. Maybe Scarlett was kind of on another level too. But yeah, man, like, I think to be successful, that successful is not hard. I keep telling people, most people want to be that successful, but do absolutely nothing about it. Most people want to be that successful, but be on social media all day. And that's my next video. Stay tuned for more. These are my top 7 celebrity encounters. Peace out.